It's locked inside of a Butler County evidence room tonight. We're not able to get our hands on that tape just yet because the county says it needs a judge's signature before it's released to us. And we're working on getting that signature tonight. What the video shows is a deputy parked along B Street in Hamilton. He was there to back up another officer who had just radioed in for help, claiming he had a suspect fighting him. But that video, we're told, was stored in a deputy's basement for more than a year, never logged in as evidence. And when that video was uncovered at trial, we're told it was edited, parts of it deleted before it made it to court.
So I pull out heading southbound on 128 here, get over into this turn lane to make a legal U-turn. I get stopped here at the light and notice that there's a Butler County Sheriff right behind me.
Kevin Gray says he was doing a friend a favor, woke at 2 in the morning to give Chris Ebbing a ride home from a bar. As they passed through this intersection, they met Deputy Jason Hatfield.
So I took the seatbelt off, and I was actually leaned over looking, and my door opened.
Walks up, opens my passenger side of the vehicle, and asks for my passenger's ID.
Give me your ID. I haven't done anything. What's the charge? He says you're not wearing your seatbelt.
That's when the men say Deputy Hatfield created a string of lies that ended with them sitting in jail, facing felony charges.
He jerks me out of the car. I'm down on the car like this. He's on my back now. My feet are still in the car.
Ebbing was charged with obstruction and resisting arrest. Was Chris ever fighting?
Chris was never fighting whatsoever.
That's something both men say never happened. Ebbing says he knew Hatfield was up to something when the deputy, while kneeling on Ebbing's back, radioed for help.
He was breathing heavy. You know, it was seconds. He literally pulled me out of the car, and I got one fighting. You know, that's what it sounded like. I was in amazement. I was like, what is happening right now? What is going on?
As soon as the men got out of jail, they asked the sheriff's office for dash camera recordings of that night. In multiple letters, the Butler County Sheriff told the men there was no video recorded from the stop. But during Kevin Gray's trial, Butler County Deputy Mike Brockman brought in a dash cam video. It was from the night of the arrest. Neither Gray nor Ebbing's attorneys ever knew it existed.
Each time that we made the request, we were told that it didn't exist.
You were under the impression video did not exist.
That is correct.
Trial transcripts show Sheriff's Corporal Mike Brockman had the dash camera video the entire time. It was, Gray says, in Brockman's basement and never logged into evidence. What do you believe the incentive would have been for a deputy who had that evidence to not turn that evidence in?
After seeing the actual videotape played in court and noticing that 6.5 minutes was just disappeared, was deleted from the videotape, then, you know, it was a little easier to speculate as to why that wasn't produced. There was something probably on that videotape that the deputies did not want discovered.
Gray filed suit in October, accusing the sheriff's office of false arrest, accused the sheriff of a widespread policy, practice, or custom of allowing unlawful searches, seizures, arrests, detentions, and misconduct, and doing nothing to stop it. The suit also states Hatfield and Brockman willfully destroyed and or conspired with one another to destroy the dash camera video. Do you believe he lied to the court, he lied to the sheriff's office, lied to you, and lied to that jury during your prosecution?
Absolutely, 100%. The entire incident that night was completely caused and fabricated by Deputy Hatt.
Butler County's most powerful law enforcer tonight as a Fox 19 Now investigation reveals allegations of perjury and evidence tampering surrounding 2 of its deputies.
Sheriff Richard Jones named in a federal lawsuit along with those 2 deputies. Kevin Gray accused those deputies of making up charges from a traffic stop in 2014. This is the stop right here. He's also suing them, accusing them of hiding dash cam video and then editing it before trial.
Just before 11 o'clock Wednesday night, we found him.
How you doing, Mr. Brockman?
Good evening.
We'd asked multiple times for an interview with Butler County Corporal Mike Brockman. He never responded. Brockman and Deputy Jason Hatfield were involved in this traffic stop from December 2014. It's a stop that ended with Hatfield charging Kevin Gray with a felony concealed weapons violation, OVI, and minor traffic offenses.
Complete lie, complete fabrication of events, complete fabrication of events.
A jury acquitted Gray of all of Hatfield's charges. Gray suing Hatfield and Brockman, accusing the men of hiding this dashcam video for more than a year. And Gray says both men were involved in editing that tape. We found Hatfield last night walking into the sheriff's office. Anything you want to say?
Unfortunately, he's just, I don't think is an honest individual.
Gray says he feels the same way about Corporal Brockman. Brockman was the one who drove Gray to jail that night and whose car had the video camera. Brockman testified he kept the tape in his house for 14 months. He never turned it in as evidence. When Gray got a hold of it the first day of trial, it had no sound on it. And more than 6 minutes in the middle of the tape, Gray says was missing. We found Brockman last night leaving the sheriff's office.
There's only one thing I can tell you. Contact the sheriff or his administrative staff for anything concerning that. Have a good evening.
Well, we have done that. We can't get an answer back from them or you. Did you edit that dash cam video?
I answer to the sheriff. You need to get a hold of him.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
Well, we're not getting answers from him, and we'd like to hear from you. Did you edit that video?
I can't make the sheriff talk, so.
Well, we're asking you. The allegations are against you specifically, sir.